final to we'll put it in here.
Follow me through the center.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, you will.
เติมมั้งตัดกันไม่ได้ดิ
Come closer, guys.
One second, gentlemen. I'll give you the mic. One second, gentlemen. Testing sound one.
To all of you, thank you very much for taking the time to gather here. This is a symbolic gesture in bringing the casket to the ground. We want to place on record our thanks and appreciation to both the associations, Bedlam District Football Association and the Cricket Association. I acknowledge the President of Safa Bedlam. Martha, thank you very much for being here. I think the speaker that will be doing due diligence at this particular gathering is Mahendra. So, Mahendra.
Thank you, Brigade. Family and friends, we've gathered here to pay our last respects to our brother, coach, uncle, so be it. But to all of us, Jacko is, for those who don't know, Jacko was born and bred in the ground. And hence the reason why we felt it very appropriate to bring him back to his place of work. He did a lot of work in terms of soccer, especially for Bedlam United Cup, Bedlam suburbs, in our so-called Clover Cup days and therefore. So he was a very instrumental part in ensuring the discipline of the guys that were around, as well as all the necessary family members, etc. That's the type of relationship we share. Kugan is also born and bred in the ground, and he was close with Jacko as well. So I feel privileged to say a few words on his behalf, and we wish the family well. We give them the courage and the strength to bear this loss. We know it's not easy in any circumstance to lose anybody in your family, but believe you me, like to say, in the end, we are here to celebrate Jacko's life, not his death. Most important thing, I think, is that peace with himself as one. I'll be in contact with Bobby. In fact, I was privileged to be there the day before his death, and to me, it looked like he was actually coming out of it. But so be it. I think it's a better place for now. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Manan. We appreciate the sentiments. And at this stage, we also want to acknowledge the families of the members from around the ground. We don't want to mention any family in particular, but if you look to the top in the direction which I'm facing, you'll see the Chetty household. It's still there, and there are other persons from other households who I notice here as well. Thank you very much for taking the time to come. I think this is the kind of respect that we would be paying to somebody as pleasant and as humble and as simple, yet deep as Jacko. Thank you for that. I think we are going to have a few minutes and you'll have an opportunity to do some viewing at the ground. Thanks, Dan. So ladies and gentlemen, you can come through and view. Thank you very much, Mr. Salva Mudali, for coming along. One of the icons of Bedlam suburbs. His wife Pat is also here. These are somber moments for all of us, but we also want to thank him for making the time to come. I notice Vijay, one of the stalwarts of this area. Mr. Gandhi Subrain. I notice Roy Chain. all guys who grew up with Jacko. And I acknowledge Alan's wife, and then Auntie Mira. These are all people who lived around Jay in his heyday at the ground. And the rest who are gathered are also family. And without singling any one of you, thank you very much for taking the time to come. Thank you very much. We're now going to make our way to the hall. Those of you who are going to be joining us at the hall, it's the Veda Dharma Hall in Vrindavan. We'll meet you at the hall.
Can we have the 6 ball bearers, please?
Testing sound, sound one. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2.
Good afternoon, family and friends. We are going to remain in this kind of attitude for a few moments. We will enjoy the music. Thereafter we will go into the service and we will announce as soon as we are ready for you. In the meantime, we can remain in this song of attitude.
Jan, check it. Some of the lines of connection stuff is clear, but they need to. They want other. They just want to go with you. You spring from here to another one. Yeah. Okay. Thanks, thanks, Jan.
Good afternoon once again. There are members who are in the auditorium and they want to leave slightly earlier. We are going to allow viewing for those members. Members who have the time to stay with us, we advise and we implore you, after you do the viewing, if you could then take your seat so that we give this the dignity that it deserves. But we are open for viewing, ladies and gentlemen. You may proceed.
Could you all rise for the opening prayer, please? Could you all rise?
Arnajullam Chetty அவர்களுடைய ஆத்மாவ நற்கதியம் சாந்தியும் அடைந்து சிவபெருமானுடைய பாதார விந்தகத்தில் சேரும்படியாக தான் விரகத்தை விட்டு நீங்கிய விட்டது. Dear elders, family, friends, relatives, my very humble vanakkam, namaskaram, namaste, greetings to one and all of you. Like I have just expressed in vernacular, we have all gathered here today, this afternoon, to pay our last farewell, bid our last farewell, pay our last tributes, and offer the immortal remains of the late Arnajullam Chetty, to where it had come from, that is Mother Earth. It is said, if you look at the growth of the physical body, it's a perishable entity. Being a perishable entity, it is composed of what we say, Panchabhutangal, or the 5 base elements of life: earth, fire, water, space, and air, which is Mother Earth. This body, having been born from the bowels of the earth, will eventually return to the bowels of the earth. That's God's law. And we also pray to you, Lord, the Vishwaya Paramani. Please offer the soul which had occupied this gross of physical body for all those number of years, offer it the status of moksha or paramukti, that is to become one with God Himself. Ladies and gentlemen, we now open for viewing. You can start coming through and viewing the face. I would suggest you pick up the flower petals there, come through on this side, and as you offer the flower petals, you can well wish the family on the other side. Nandri Vanakkam.
May we see, ladies and gentlemen, we now open for viewing. And then Apatama was giving you the logistics. You can come, pick up your flowers, come to the side, and there on after you can wish the family. Once again, we implore you to please take your seat there on after, so that you stay with us to the end.
Can you keep reading?
Testing 1, 2. Testing 1, 2. Testing 1, 2. தலைவனன் இணையடி சரணம் சரணோ தலைவனன் இணையடி சரணம் சரணோ சரவண பவ குக சரணம் சரணம் சரவண பவ குக சரணம் சரணம் கலிநிலை கணபதி சரணம் சரணம் சிலைமலை உடையவர் சரணம் சரணம் சிலைமலை உடையவர் சரணம் சரணம் சிவ 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 சரணம் சரணம் இறைவனை உடையவர் சரணம் சரணம் சிவ 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 சரணம் சரணம் உலை வரும் ஒருவராய் சரணம் சரணம் ஒருவரை ஒருவராய் சரணம் சரணம் உலை வரும் ஒருவராய் சரணம் சரணம் உமை சிவை அம்பிகை சரணம் சரணம் உமை சிவை அம்பிகை சரணம் சரணம் கலை நிறை கணபதி சரணம் சரணம் கஜமுக கூடவதி சரணம் சரணம் கலை நிறை கணபதி சரணம் கணபதி சரணம் 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 Sarvana Big Happy
If somebody at the back would please help us and inform the gentlemen there are seats on the inside. We'd like for them to take their seats. We want to afford this particular proceeding the decorum it deserves. A very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, family and friends. We gather here today to celebrate the life and bid farewell at the same time to a husband, a son, a brother, brother-in-law, a teammate, a cousin, friend, and the list goes on. I am Kubian Subrine, and I will help direct proceedings this afternoon. Arnajullam Chetty. I always wanted to say it like that. Jacko, as we fondly refer to him, was born to humble parents. To us, it was Uncle Ken and Adi Auntie, and that's how we refer to them. The younger brother of Vashu, the older brother of Opi, the late Balan, and the late Shah. Husband to the late Lynette, and a host of in-laws, cousins, and friends. Jacko was definitely a gentle giant. A gentle giant. And those of us who knew him, we knew his gentleness. Many others knew his giantness. Always sincere in purpose, truly loyal, absolutely dedicated. A humble soul who loved everyone and was loved by everyone. Jacko saw good in everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, we have three speakers. Our first speaker is Mr. Salva Kiston. We spent a long time with Jacko, many years of intimate moments. I invite to the podium Mr. Salva Kiston. And while Salva makes his way, Matatamu, thank you very much for the beautiful renditions.
Thank you to the program director, to the bereaved family, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed an honor for me to be speaking on behalf of our dear brother, Jacko. We go back a few decades. And it was a very tough decision that I've been asked to take tribute this afternoon on behalf of my friends from the Verulam prison, the ex-Verulam prison, and some of the members at the Western prison. As I've mentioned, we've gone a long way back. And of recent, I think it was just after the passing away of our dear sister Arnajullam Chetty, we formed a very close bond with Jacko. Our Wednesdays was never spent in vain. We always spent our day with Jacko at his residence, where we engaged on various levels in sporting codes. We even prepared meals for each and every one of us that was present there. And that bond that we shared and that closeness, it was something on a very different level to find in this era. Jacko opened his house to each and every one of us. Jacko's character speaks volumes this afternoon. For the people you see around you, the sporting fraternity of Verulam, his friends, his family, whom Jacko had interactions with, speaks volumes this afternoon. As Kugan mentioned, he was a gentle giant. Although big in stature, but very accommodating in his heart. He had an heart of gold. Jacko in his early days, I think our dear friend, our brother Gopi will bear with the testament to this, that they had a band called the Cripple Creek band. Jacko was the drummer in that band, and they was very fond of playing country music, and Jacko loved country music. Jacko began his working career, if I'm correct in saying this, at the Supino municipality as a building inspector. And during that course of his stay with the Supino municipality, he was held in very high esteem. We have heard people speak of his character, and we knew for the fact that whatever they said of his character was true. There was no gimmicking in what people mentioned, because we know Jacko from a very, as I mentioned, going back 5 decades. During that period, Jacko had a very life-threatening accident which left him partially disabled. And then Jacko married the love of his life, our late sister Lynette Verulam, who passed on in the year 2023. She fought a good fight, and we lost her to cancer. After the loss of his dear wife, Jacko's health took a decline. And we know for the fact that he's been going for twice a week for dialysis, which took a toll on Jacko. And we at the Old Friends Club, led by Chairman Mr. Rambi Naidu and the rest of us, we used to meet, as I said, on every Wednesday. And we were so fortunate to share this Wednesday with Jacko, and he was also very fond in looking forward to our time together. Friends, we take this day in remembering the fond memories that we will all cherish to our heart in regards to our dear brother Jacko. In closing, I want to wish the Chetty family and the Badivella family that God's strength God will definitely grant you the strength, renewed strength. And we know the days ahead will not be easy, but remember, put your trust in the Almighty, the Creator, and He will surely guide you and strengthen you. Goodbye to our dear brother, Jacko. Go well, rest well. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for those beautiful words. I can attest to the 5 decades. I can also attest to the love of his life. I can maybe confess that I have been with Jacko on many times when he went to the pool during his courting days, and then it was definitely the love of his life. And ladies and gentlemen, you'll notice the tone that we set. I think when speaking to Gopi yesterday, we said it's time to celebrate his life. Yes, we must him, but we must celebrate his life. And that's the kind of person Jacko was. We have other speakers who will come on later. I'm going to hand you back to Arnajullam, and he's going to take us through a few more renditions. Arnajullam.
Govinda me Hari, Govinda me Gopala Krishna, Govinda me Govinda me Hari, Govinda me Gopala Krishna, Govinda me Govinda me Hari, Govinda me Gopala Krishna, Govinda me Govinda me Hari, Govinda me Gopala Krishna, Govinda me Govinda me Hari, Govinda me Gopala Krishna, Govinda me கோவிந்தன் என்று சொல்லி வாசிக்க போகையிலே புராணிப்பட்ட துன்பம் ஆளாதையா கோவிந்தன் என்று சொல்லி வாசிக்க போகையிலே புராணிப்பட்ட துன்பம் ஆளாதையா கோவிந்தன் என்று சொல்லி வாசிக்க போகையிலே புராணிப்பட்ட துன்பம் ஆளாதையா நாராயணா ஹரி நாராயணா ராமம் தரித்தவனே நாராயணா நாராயணா ஹரி நாராயணா ராமம் தரித்தவனே நாராயணா கோவிந்தனி ஹரி கோவிந்தனி கோபால கிருஷ்ணா கோவிந்தனி காட்டில் துளசியாய் வெட்டுவாய் ராம்பெருமாய் பக்தித்தாய் வடங்கள் போடுவாராம் காட்டில் துளசியாய் வெட்டுவாய் ராம்பெருமாய் பக்தித்தாய் வடங்கள் போடுவாராம் காட்டில் துளசியாய் வெட்டுவாய் ராம்பெருமாய் பக்தித்தாய் வடங்கள் போடுவாராம் மலைய துளசியாய் வெட்டுவாய் ராம்பெருமாய் பக்தித்தாய் வடங்கள் போடுவாராம் மலைய துளசியாய் வெட்டுவாய் ராம்பெருமாய் பக்தித்தாய் வடங்கள் போடுவாராம் அந்த மலை இந்த மலை கோவிந்த மலை நதகிரி பார்த்து ஆரோமலை கோவிந்தனே ஹரி கோவிந்தனே கோபால கிருஷ்ண கோவிந்தனே. அன்பின் வழியில் யார் நடந்தாலும் அவனும் ராமனும் உண்டே. அருபவ கண்களை யார் துடைத்தாலும் அவனும் ராமனும் உண்டே. அன்பின் வழியில் யார் நடந்தாலும் அவன் ராமனும் உண்டே. அன்பின் வழியில் யார் நடந்தாலும் அவன் ராமனும் உண்டே. அருபவ கண்களை யார் துடைத்தாலும் அருபவ கண்களை யார் துடைத்தாலும் அவன் ராமனும் உண்டே. அன்பின் வழியில் யார் நடந்தாலும் அவன் ராமனும் உண்டே. உள்ளம் பெருமித உள்ளம் பிள்ளையின் ராமனும் உண்டே. உள்ளம் பெருமித உள்ளம் பிள்ளையும் ராமனும் உண்டே. மற்றவர்க்கெல்லாம் நல்வழி சொல்லும் மற்றவர்க்கெல்லாம் நல்வழி சொல்லும் மனித ராமனும் உண்டே. அன்பின் வழியில் யார் நடந்தாலும் அவனும் ராமனும் உண்டே. ஒரு மனம் புரிந்தே நிறைவுடன் வாழும் ஒருவனும் ராமனும் ஒன்றே. ஒரு மனம் புரிந்தே நிறைவுடன் வாழும் ஒருவனும் ராமனும் ஒன்றே. அருணெறி கருணை அமைந்தவன் தேவனோ அருணெறி கருணை அமைந்தவன் தேவனோ ராமனும் உண்டே. அன்பின் வழியில் யார் நடந்தாலும் அவன் ராமனும் உண்டே. தவமத்தை காக்கிற உயிரையும் வாழ்ந்தும் தலைவனும் ராமனும் ஒன்றே. தவமத்தை காக்கிற உயிரையும் வாழ்ந்தும் தலைவனும் ராமனும் ஒன்றே. தன்னலம் கொண்டே மண்ணுயிர் காக்கும் தன்னலம் கொண்டே மண்ணுயிர் காக்கும் வல்லவர் ராமனும் உண்டே. அன்பின் வழியில் யார் நடந்தாலும் அவன் ராமனும் உண்டே. அருபவர் யார் துடைத்தாடும் அவர் தாமரம் அன்பின் வழியில் யார் நடந்தாடும் அவர் தாமரம் கோவில் மணி ஓசை நல்ல சேவைகள் சொல்லும் ஓசை தேவன் கோவில் மணி ஓசை நல்ல சேவைகள் சொல்லும் ஓசை பாவிகள் மீதும் ஆண்டவன் காட்டும் பாவிகள் மீதும் ஆண்டவன் காட்டும் பாசத்தின் ஓசை மணி ஓசை தேவன் கோவில் மணி ஓசை நல்ல செய்திகள் ஓசை பெருட்டால் உலகம் படித்தால் உதவும் கோவில் மணி ஓசை ஊரார் பெருட்டால் உலகம் படித்தால் உதவும் கோவில் மணி ஓசை தாயார் வழியில் தாவி அணிந்து தாயார் வழியில் தாவி அணிந்து தரவும் செஞ்சும் மணி ஓசை உறவிலே கூடும் மணி ஓசை இவன் உரை இதை காக்கும் மணி ஓசை தேவன் கோவில் மணி ஓசை நல்ல செய்திகள் சொல்லும் மணி ஓசை அருமை மகனே என்னும் வார்த்தை வளர்க்கும் கோவில் மணி ஓசை அருமை மகனே என்னும் வார்த்தை வளர்க்கும் கோவில் மணி ஓசை அண்ணா அண்ணா என்னோ குரலில் அண்ணா அண்ணா ஏதோ குரலில் அடங்கும் கோவில் மணி ஓசை ஆசை இரவென்னும் குரலோசை அவன் காட்டும் எங்கோ நான் வாழ்ந்தே அறியாமல் அழைத்தே என் தேசத்தேடி வந்தே எங்கோ நான் வாழ்ந்தே அறியாமல் அழைத்தே என் தேசத்தேடி வந்தே நெஞ்சாரை அழைத்தே முத்தங்கள் கூடத்தே நெஞ்சாமல் அறிக்கை நெஞ்சாரை அறிக்கை முத்தங்கள் கூடத்தே உமைக்கே தாழ்மையிலே தள்ளாடி நடத்தி தயவாய் நிலை முக்குத்தி தாழ்மையில் நிறைந்த தள்ளாடி நடத்தி தயவாய் நிலை முக்குத்தி கலங்காதே என்று கண்ணீரை கொடுத்து கரப்பறை தடக்கூட்டி கலங்காதே என்று கண்ணீரை கொடுத்து கலப்பறை நடக்கூட்டி உமைக்கே நன்றி அப்பா நன்றி உமைக்கே நன்றி உலகானத்தில் வாழ்க்கையை கூட்டி வளர்த்தவித்தீ உலகானத்தில் வாழ்க்கையும் நீ கூட்டி எடுத்துகிறீ கல்வாரி அர்த்தம் எனக்காக சென்றே கருணை அழைத்துகிறே கல்வாரி அர்த்தம் எனக்காக சென்றே கருணை அழைத்துகிறே நன்றி உமைக்கே நன்றி அப்பா நன்றி உமைக்கே Api anbane dina, auni rakeri, api anabari. Api anbane dina, auni rakeri, yet api
Thank you, Alabama, for those beautiful renditions. Ladies and gentlemen, our second speaker for this afternoon is the younger brother of Jacko, Mr. Arnajullam Chetty, who will say a few words and pay respects. Arnajullam Chetty.
Thank you again. Good afternoon to one and all of you. This afternoon, we took Jacko back home. Okay, we took him to the place where he spent most of his childhood. And it was so nice to see the neighborhood come out and pay tribute to their son. There was Meera there was Gandhi, there were all the old families, the Subrayans were there. And it was like going back in time. And it really touched me. Jacko was going back to his roots, an area that was extremely humble, not very rich people, but I think per acre it produced some of the finest men and women in Vietnam. It was because of the humble beginnings and the way we were brought up. And it was so nice to take Jacko back home. And the wind was blowing, and everything was so green and fresh. And it really touched me, and I'm certain that it touched some of the others. Jacko's life took a dramatic turn in 1991. Some of you may remember that night, the Friday night, when he was involved in a horrific accident. And most people would have succumbed. Most human beings could never have survived that onslaught. And I was there with him that night. And I thought in my mind, Jacko would never make it. He's not going to make it. And I was in the ambulance with him, and I was near Durban North. And he told me, I can't make it. He says, I can't make it. And I had to slap him. And years later, he told me, that totally saved my life. And then he also told me this, that, from now on, my life is a bonus. And I think all of us should live our life like each day is a bonus, because we don't know what comes next. Okay, but he didn't let that accident get to him. When he first saw the land in Bidar, I went up with him. He bought the one piece of land, and then we saw the other piece of land. He said, let's take that one too. Okay? And brick by brick, he built the house that you see today, brick by brick, because Jacko had a very, very astute engineering mind. Those of you who know him well will know that he's got a solution for every problem. Okay, brick by brick he built that house, he designed the house. He couldn't physically do the building, but he directed people to do the building. And when you go there today, you'll notice that if you go to the upper story, you have a fantastic view of Bedlam. And you always wanted that. It was aesthetic value. Not just building, not just putting a double story. You wanted the sea views. Okay? And his accident didn't stop him. His accident didn't stop him at all. Some little thing that you don't know about Jacko, of course he was a building inspector. It comes from a long line of builders. Okay? But he also did a course in concrete engineering, where he designed beams for, high-rise buildings. But most people didn't know that about him. But he was, to me, he had a brilliant intellect. When he came to buildings, you could just see it. Sport was his other passion. He was responsible for producing one of the best teams, soccer teams in Bedlam, and Kugane was also in that team, that went on to win the Clover Cup, which was a prestigious cup in the whole of Natal. There were over 300 teams, and he made Bedlam proud. Or that team made Bedlam proud. It was the only team ever to win the Clover Cup. And just one bit about that, it was during the Nanda riots. And this team went and played in Kwamashu, in the heart of Kwamashu at night. So that was the caliber of people that he developed. And with him it was fitness. If you play sport, it's fitness, it's teamwork, and it's dedication. And he always spoke to me about the 1981 squad. He said, you'll never get a squad like that. It was his pride and joy. Well, karate was also his other passion, together with Uncle Basi, who is now in the US. He loved karate, and he went, and if accident did not intervene, he would have gone to the top. Cricket was his great passion. And I remember we were playing in Tilts Crescent Ground. And behind the wickets we had Trevor Roberts, who was an Italian keeper. Bowling from the other side was Stephen Galvez, another Italian player, and there was Jacko, two boys from Bedlam, who had no experience at the highest level. And the first ball that Stephen Galvez bowled, Jacko hit him for a straight six. And he turned around and told me, you know what, I've never been hit like that in my life. That was the time, and those of you who know Jacko know that he loved that straight line. When my family and I left for the United States in 2002, I remember Jacko being at the old Louis Vuitton International Airport, and for the first time I saw him tear. First time cry, and he says, you know what, I'm worried about you. But he says, I know you'll go do something there. And when I phoned him back to say, I'm coming home, he told me, no, you'll not come home, I know you very well, you'll stay there. I used to phone him every Friday night. I used to phone two people. I used to finish school at 3 o'clock, and the time difference was 7 hours. I used to phone my father first, speak to him, and Jacko was the second one. He was the one that kept me focused. Just the last thing, if there are any educators here, Jacko gave me a very, very important lesson. And this was about 2 weeks ago. After 45 years of teaching, this was an important lesson I learned. He told me, he said, you know what, you're a maths teacher. I know you guys teach maths, you teach everything else. And these children don't even know what's going on. Okay? He says, what you must do is, you must link maths to what's happening in everyday life. He says, when I was in Lenverman, these white children used to come down to the building site, and they used to learn their maths on the building site. He told me, you teach them theorem of Pythagoras. Most of them don't even know what it is and what's its purpose. He says, link what they learn in maths to everyday life. And that was a profound statement. That was a profound statement. And more of our teachers should take that. I mean, I heard it before, but I think it struck me when he said it there. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to carry on any further. I can carry on for the whole afternoon. I'm certain that you don't want that. Okay. But I want to thank you for coming down here. And I think this is a testament to the person Jacko was. People just loved him. Okay, I want to thank you once again. And I'll miss, and quite a few of us will miss a friend, I'll miss a brother. But the last few days has been very, very trying for us. If it was trying for us, it was 100 times more trying for him. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Gopi, for those words which come directly from the heart. It's not my intention to praise you what you say, but I can also attest to many of the things that you're talking about. But I must tell them that although you were a younger brother, whenever it came to training, you never got a break. There was never a time where Jacko favored you for anything. If anything, he was harder on you and all of us than he was on other people. I think that itself shows that he saw the potential that was there and he wanted us to be the best that we could be. But thank you very much for those lovely words. I'm going to hand you again to Uncle Tamo, and he's going to take you through a few of the Theravada.
Om Namah Shivaya. Giridhare Gopala, Giridhare Gopala, Giridhare Gopala, Giridhare Gopala, Giridhare Gopala. ಗಿರಿಧರ ಗೋಪಾಲ ಮಹಾದೇವ ಮುರಗರ ಮಧುರ ಮಧುರ ಗಿರಿಧರ ಗೋಪಾಲ 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 ಮಾಧವ ಮುರಗರ ಮಗುಕ ಮನೋಗರ ಗಿರಿಧರ ಗೋಪಾಲ ಮಾಧವ ಮುರಗರ ಮಗುಕ ಮನೋಗರ ಗಿರಿಧರ ಗೋಪಾಲ ಗಿರಿಧರ ಗೋಪಾಲ ಗಿರಿಧರ ಗೋಪಾಲ ಗಿರಿಧರ ಗೋಪಾಲ ನಂದ ಕುಮಾರ ನವನಿತ ಚೋರ ಬೃಂದಾವನೆ ಸಂಚಾರ ಭಕ್ತೋದಾರ ಬಾಲಕೋ ಬಾಳ ಗಿರಿಧರ ಗೋಪಾಲ 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 ಮಾಧವ ಮುರಗರ ಮಧುರ ಮನೋಗರ ಗಿರಿಧರ ಗೋಪಾಲ ಗೋಪರಿಪಾಲ ಗೋಪಿ ಲೋಲ ರಾಧಾ ಹೃದಯ ಪ್ರಿಯ ನಂದ ಕುಮಾರ ಬೃಂದಾವನ ಸಂಚಾರ ಗಿರಿಧರ ಗೋಪಾಲ 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 ಮಾಧವ ಮುರಗರ ಮಧುರ ஞானமெல்லாம் நீங்கும் கனியன ஞானமுறை உறப்ப ஞானமெல்லாம் நீங்கும் கனியன ஞானமுறை உறப்ப ஞாயிறு திங்கள் எல்லாம் நின்றியு ஞான ஒளி என் ஒளி
Thank you very much once again, Antamo. We appreciate the renditions. It's what keeps us sane in this difficult times. It's the Almighty who creates paths. Ladies and gentlemen, our final speaker is my uncle, Christy Subrine, who literally, figuratively, and physically grew up with Jacko. The Subrine home and the Chetty home are a stone's throw away, and that's not exaggerating, it is a stone's throw away. Uncle Christy.
Mr. MC, the beloved family of Jacko, friends, today is indeed a very sad day for all of us present here, as we all knew Jacko, a humble, caring and loving man. I want to thank the family for asking me to say a few words. The Chetty, Subrayan and neighboring families were clearly associated with the old ties of love and friendship which had begun with the bond which was shared by our parents in Star Street, Maryland. In those good old days, the neighbors were family, and we were all taught brotherhood and sisterhood. It was never about money and selfishness. Most of us present here know Jacko's mom, the late Adi auntie, a real angel, and her humble qualities rubbed off onto Jacko. In fact, if you went there, she would take out everything from a pot and give it to you. A woman known by all of you for her great love. Jacko too followed her humble and loving ways, which was also followed from his quiet, loving dad. Jacko and I were born in Star Street, the ground boys, and I was 2 months and 5 days older than him. There is a great landmark at the old house, which still exists there to this day. A huge boulder which was there through the ages. During my early school days, I would come down from our home, to pick Jacko up for school, and would sit on this rock waiting for Jay. I remember his mom would dress Jacko, and he would make me wait, as he never liked school in the early baby days. I can still hear his mom crying out to him, "Jay, Christy is waiting for you." And finally, he would come out and we would walk to Temple School. Jacko had a special relationship with me. We did a lot of things together as we grew older in our youth. In those good old days, there was the Lakshmi Theatre, and most of you seated here wouldn't forget the great 10:30 show that took place. And after that show, we finished about 1 o'clock, sometimes 2 o'clock. All of us walked and went home, and it was safe to do so. We also visited the Great Green Cat, the Starlight, the Railway Hotel, which is crumbled. And for most of you here, there was a lovely chicken ranch there. And of course, the Verulam market, which is opposite the prisons. Verulam was a safe place. You could move in the dark hours of the night and there was no problems. We all have beautiful memories of the wonderful days there. Jacko had great physical strength. And of course, this was already said by the speakers, both the speakers, where he had a terrible accident. And I don't think any one of us would have made it. None of us would have survived. But the strength and the power that the man had, he went through. Jacko could have not made it. And he incredibly survived that accident for more than 30 years. I was his beloved brother from the most important part of our childhood. He was a ground boy, and I can see a lot of ground boys here. and played soccer, cricket, and he was a big thrower of the javelin. The javelin, guys, that you're watching, he was a big thrower of the javelin. Like Gopi had mentioned, he had great cricketing skills. Was the opening batsman of our team. And he could drive the ball, really drive the ball with expertise. He was a top boxer, a gifted karate student, and a very hard soccer defender. Very hard, he knocked you out. The highlight of his soccer career, and that was mentioned before, was when he trained, and believe me, he trained those ground boys, and he gave them the ability by his heavy training. I was present watching the training. He trained those ground boys, which led them, the Verulam suburbs, brought them glory, and they won the Clover Cup. It was said before. True friends are never apart. They may be gone, but will always remain in our heart. Finally, a beautiful soul, Jacko. You will always be remembered by all of us and never forgotten. Those who touch our lives stay in our hearts forever. Go in peace, my brother. Hamba Ashley, I thank you.
Thank you, Uncle Chris. I quietly said to him, that was tops. Jacko would have been truly elated to have heard you speak. And he would have also said, no, what this Christy is talking, all these things, I don't want these people to hear all of these things. Yeah, all of us can say many stories about this gentleman. I also bring messages from my uncle Vasi, who's in America, and he passes on his best wishes to the family. Jacko and him were very close, and he was quite shocked about it. We didn't say that Jacko was unwell or anything like that, but his best wishes. My brother Sivan and Jacko were two peas in a pod. Was so disappointed that he could not be here. He is in Cape Town, but he sends his wishes. I also bring you wishes from Australia and Morgan Chetty, and he said please pass it on. And there's a whole host of other messages on the groups to which we belong. Thank God for social media. And I just want to quote the Verulam Legends group where people speak about Jacko quite fondly. And it is at all of these times that you see the true mark of men. And Jacko was a man amongst men, I can tell you that. I also remember fondly how we used to be gathered on a Saturday evening at my uncle's house, and my brother Sivan, Blowy, I saw him at the back, Mahen, I saw him there, many others who are here, would gather at that home with the best of beverages, and we would have the best of times. I think it is during these times that we celebrate those good times that we were fortunate to have. Jacko was probably the only guy who could control my brother Siva, and he did it quite successfully. Footballers who are here would know that when we won the Clover Cup, like how everybody is saying, people had to go home early in the evening. And mine was the one who walked around the pubs to make sure everybody was gone home. But Jacko was the one who controlled people like Siva and made sure that he stayed in line and he never had anything. So that's the kind of person that we're talking about. And ladies and gentlemen, we would be failing in our duty if we didn't acknowledge his wife, Lynette. and Jacko's unwavering love for her. And we want to acknowledge the late Lynette, and we want to thank her also in absentia for whatever she did for Jacko and how she stood by him, and I think the vice versa, and how he also stood by her. I think people have also attested to Jacko being the toughest guy that we all knew. He was definitely the toughest. I can tell you, you had nothing to fear when Jacko was near. He had your back always. He was definitely a friend who you went to war with. I think people have spoken about his martial arts. I used to watch him at the bottom, and he used to hang something up even on the coconut tree, and he used to jump. I don't know how he used to do it as high as he used to. He had that kind of ability. The drumming that they spoke about in that little house that you guys had, Jacko was top drummer. Ladies and gentlemen, I think everybody's attested to the fact that we could be going on and on about this gentleman. Those footballers who are here, though, would know how we agonized on the hill next to Uncle Sub's house. How Jacko made us do bunny hops up and down that hill. I saw Manny earlier and how he made us carry people like Manny, and he said, nobody's too heavy, you can carry anybody. And I can remember Gopi one day complaining about this thing. And Jacko said, if you're not happy to train, you can take your boots and go home. It was a little bit more than that. I can't say those words here, but Gopi would know what I'm talking about. Ladies and gentlemen, Jacko had taught us many things. I'm a right-footed person at football. Jacko taught me how to kick with my left foot. And for those people who are here, I notice Pops and I acknowledge him, because he's a ground boy as well. You would know that whenever Langi was in the goals, and all of us were there, Jacko and I used to be behind the goals. He never allowed me to kick the ball from the front. I think I was the youngest guy. And Jacko used to always say, kick rockets, try and drop Langi from the back of the goals. So, but this is the kind of person that you're talking about. And I think my uncle covered it all when he said, go well, Jay. You run your race. Your race has been a tremendous race. Ladies and gentlemen, before we hand back to Uncle Tamo and we go towards final prayer, just some logistics that after the final prayer and when we do exit, I'll make this announcement again, but we just want to remind you, the family has prepared so that you join us here at the hall, and then when we proceed to the crematorium, those of us who are left here will come back to the hall. So please observe that we'd like for you to be with us. I'm going to hand you back to Uncle Tamo, and he's going to take you through to the final prayer. And then I'll deliver a vote of thanks, and then we'll be there. Thank you all.
Dear family and friends, we're going to be departing from here in the next 10 or 15 minutes. I'm going to call upon anybody in the auditorium that have not seen the face, those of you who want to see the face for the last and final time, to please file past the casket and do so. When you all are finished, I will call the immediate family, and then we will do the final prarthana. Whilst I'm singing the next song, those of you that want to see the face for the last and final time, please make your way to the casket. Immediately after that song, I'm going to call upon the immediate family. Tirushandoril Mannavi Mannanalam Tirushandoril Mannavi Oru Maravanalam Paramudi Maravavi Mannanalam Tirushandoril Mannavi Oru Maravanalam Paramudi Maravavi Kavu Kallanalam Kanigei Malayil Kallavi Kallanalam Kanigei Malayil கல்லாவி பாசும் புலியானாலும் முருகன் அருளா பூவாவி மண்ணானாலும் திருசெந்தோரில் மன்னாவி ஓரு மரவானாலும் பரமுதி சோலை மரவாவி கரு கல்லானாலும் கணிகை மலையில் கல்லாவி பொன்னாராலும் வடிவேல் செய்யும் பொன்னாவி பொன்னாராலும் வடிவேல் செய்யும் பொன்னாவி பனி பூவானாலும் கனிகை மலையில் பூவாவி பனி புன்னானாலும் கூட்டு தமிழ் பேச்சாவி தமிழ் பேச்சானாலும் திருப்புகழ் இலக்கி பேச்சாவி மானம் வித்தானாலும் முருகன் அருளா முக்காவி மன்னானாலும் திருசெந்தோரில் மன்னாவி ஓம் மரவானாலும் பரமுடி சோழில் மரவாவி கரு கல்லானாலும் கணிகை மலையில் கல்லாவி கல்லானாலும் கணிகை மலையில் கல்லாவி பாசம் புலியானாலும் முருகன் அருளா பூவாவி மன்னானாலும் திருச்செந்தோரில் மன்னாவி ஓம் மரவானாலும் பரமுதி சோலை மரவாவி மன்னானாலும் திருச்செந்தோரில் மன்னாவி மரவானாலும் பரமுதி சோலை மரவாவி. Dear family and friends, now I'm going to invite over the immediate family to come through. If you have roses to place in the choir casket, please do so. Immediate family, make your way around the casket, please.
While we await the amassing of the immediate family, let me quickly move a vote of thanks. We want to thank all of you for your thoughtful tributes and your messages of goodwill. To touch by an angel and Danny and the rest of his members, thank you very much for doing what you did. To the Guru, thank you, sir, for the renditions. To all our speakers, a very big thank you to you. And then to everybody else, the brothers, brother-in-laws, sisters-in-law, cousins, to all of the friends, we personally thank you all. However, Jacko would be saying, Cooks, you're failing in your duty if you didn't thank two people in particular. So to Bambi, we want to say, on behalf of Uncle Jay and Jacko, thank you very much for helping all of the people that you help. Thank you very much for serving the people like how you served them. And thank you very much for standing by Jacko during all of his times. Last but not least, to his elder sister Vashu, thank you for being the backbone of the Chetty family, for helping Jacko from the time of his accident right up until now, and never complaining about this, but standing firm at your ripe age. Thank you, Vashu, for all that you did for everybody. To all of the others who may have inadvertently missed you out, thank you very much. And I'm going to hand you now to Guru, who's going to go to the final prayer.
Let us all rise for the closing prayer, please. சித்தமெல்லாம் அறிவித்தே சிவமாக்கி என்னையாண்டை அத்தன் என்னேக்கோ அருளியவர் ஆட்பெறுவாய் ஆற்றோய் நெறியெல்லாம் நெறி தன்னை நெறியாகே நினைவேறி திருநெறிகள் சேராமி திருவருளே சேரும் மனம் குறியென்றோ இல்லாதே கூத்தஞ்சம் குற்றஞ்சனக்கி மனம் அருளியவர் ஆட்பெறுவாய் ஆற்றோக்கி செம்மை நலம் அறியாதே சிதறருடம் இதிவேணி உண்மை மனம் அறிவித்து முதலாகி முதல்வந்த நம்மையம்மோ பொருளாக்கி நாட்சி வைத்தி ஏற்றி வைத்தி நம்மை என்னேக்கோ அருளியவர் ஆட்பெறுவாய் ஆற்றோடி நம்மை என்னேக்கோ அருளியவர் ஆட்பெறுவாய் ஆற்றோடி ஆட்பெறுவாய் ஆற்றோடி. Anybody else that hasn't seen the face? You want to see the face for the last time before I commence with the Panchacharam, that's the 5-syllable chanting of the name of Lord Namah Shivaya. For those of you that have not seen the face, please, it's a final call. Thereafter, we will seal the casket and we will depart from here in the next 5 minutes. Thank you. Last calling. धीमहि महादेवाय धीमहि तन्नरुद्र प्रचोदयात् காதலாகி கசிந்து கண்ணீர் மல்கி ஓதுவார் தமக்கு நன்னறிக்கை பொது வேறும் நாட்டினும் மெய்ப்பொருளாவது நாதன் நாமம் நமச்சிவாயவே. ஓம் பூரண 16 திங்கள் சேரும் பொருந்தியே அருக்கன் 18 சேரும் கார்ணை கரிமுகல் போல் நெறி சேரும் கருணை பெரும் அஷ்டரும் கரன் வாரும் வாரன்னி லட்சுமியோடும் சேரும் மதிமுகம் போல் அலங்கம் மாயனியே ஆர்நே ரகுராமாக்கருடன் மீதில் அன்புடனே எரி வந்த சேவாயி கோவிந்தா 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 கோவிந்தா. All letters.
There it was? Yeah. Come through, gentlemen. Come. We need 6 pallbearers.
pray and then we'll take your time. Mike, let's finish the prayer. Pick up the... Gone. Swing. I'm going to pour water down. I want you to wash it. Om Namah Shivaya Namah Dhammabhishekam Samatiyami. Om Shivaya. Last drop. 5 Panchabods. 5 base elements. Earth, fire, water, space, air. You're asking permission to us for you. Peace and water. That's what this prayer is. Om Namah Shivaya Namah Munyane Abhishekam Samarpiyami. Om Namah Shivaya Namah Syaga Abhishekam Samarpiyami. Om Namah Shivaya Namah Om Pachapayat Abhishekam Samarpiyami. Om Ganga Yamuna Saiva Godavari Saraswati Narmada Sindhu Kaveri Samarpiyami. Om Namah Shivaya Namah Gadam Kodi Abhishekam Samarpiyami. Om Namah Shivaya Namah. Om Namah Shivaya Namah. Abhishekam Samarpiyami. George. Om Ganga Yamuna Saiva Godavari Saraswati
पन्नीराभिषेकं समर्पयामि
Oh, put that.
That's it. How you learn?
You know, the teacher for
I know they told me. The deputy principal, he could tell me. Sia la tree della giraffa. No, apple. Om Shuklam Varadaram Vitnam Sasivarnam Sadarpucham Prasanavadhanam Yahi Sarva Vigno Prashanta Ivanaja Pramani Om in the Marna Pratinika Giyangre Prindavitikaran Center Arnajullam Chetty Avrudia Atmavan Gadyam Shanti Marindavum Rodia Pagara Vinadatul Serum Paryaga Om Tanga Yum Samatiyami break it and bring it to the front right.
Getting better each time.
Yeah.
Put it on the sleeve. Turn to the sun. Om Namah Shivaya Varganadhantal Vargan Nimait Purugam Yendechal Ningatan Tal Varga Kogaryande Guru Manidantal Vargan Agamam Agininto Annipan Tal Vargan Isanari Potri Mokravya Esanari Potri Shivan Shivari Potri Neyada Indrani Malanari Potri Maya Pirapu Arakamananari Potri flowers. Shivaya Namam, Isaya Namam, Shankaraya Namam, Oliye Namam, Yaganadaya Namam, Aniganadaya Namam, Politorodia Namam, Isani Namam, Shivagami Nisani Namam, Inayendra, Televa Nadarasani Namam, Mudalvayi Namam, Muttayi Namam, Karpayi Namam, Kandali Namam, Kashi Vishwanadayi Namam, Yagambaranada, Swami Namam, Tinadi, Nadarajayi Namam, Jambukeswarayi Namam, Om Namah Shivaya Vitmahi, Magadevaya Dhimahi, Nanna Rudra Prasodai, Yaha, Namachivaya Pramani, Yangalai Prandavate, Kalan Sandra, Arnajullam Chetty, அவருடைய ஆத்மாவன கதியம் சாந்தியம் அடைந்து உங்களுடைய பாதார விந்ததத்தில் சேரும்படியாக கற்பூர தூப தீபம் ஆராதனை சமர்ப்பியாமி. Put your hands together. ஓம் காதலாகி கசிந்து கண்ணீர் மல்கி ஓதுவார் தமக்கு நன்னறிக்கை பொது வேதம் நான்கிலும் மெய்ப்பொருளாவது நாதன் நாமம் நமச்சிவாயவே. ஓம் பூர்ணமதம் பூர்ணமிதம் பூர்ணாத் பூர்ணம் முடச்சதி பூர்ணஸ்ய பூர்ணம் ஆதாயி பூர்ணம் ஈவாய் வசிஷ்யதி. ஹரி ஓம் சாந்தி சாந்தி சாந்தி. நமச்சிவாய பிரமாணி. இந்த உடலுக்கு கதவை துற ஹரிச்சந்திராயி நமஹ. இந்த உடலுக்கு கதவை துற ஓம் மா சக்தி மகாகாளி தேவி தாயி. இந்த உடலுக்கு கதவை துற. ஹரி ஓம் சாந்தி சாந்தி சாந்தி. All birds. Okay.
Good.
a message from the Tonga family. Growing up, my mom found the land to visit my mama and my Perima. We start at the top of the prison, spend some time, and the rest of the time, spend the rest of the day at Kanima's house. My Perima was very loving. We experienced the children as well, our cousins. And I think Jacko stands out in the way he treated us, in the way he interacted with all of us. And something that developed over the years is that Tongat and Verlem, when it came to sport, and Jacko and Gopi, Balan excelled at sport. But when Tongat came to play in Verlem, we all know what a competition it was. It was rough. And the Tongats, we used to find it very difficult to actually come and play in Verlem. We were under big pressure. But you know what alleviated the pressure for us coming from Tongat and challenging Verlem in the recreation grounds are my cousins. They stood behind us and they stood for us. Even if we were about to get a hiding, we started losing on the ground, we knew that nobody would touch us because we had some strong bodies behind us. So that's the kind of person that my cousin was and the rest of my cousins are. And something that stood out about my cousin Lynette and Jacko. Over the years, they developed a relationship with my dad's side of the family. And you would find that throughout any function, any ceremony, any wedding, or whether it's a funeral, they would pitch up. And they became known to everybody and loved by everybody. We all know that over 34 years ago, Jacko had a terrible experience, let's say a life-threatening experience, a near-death experience, and it was a miracle that he survived. And all this time, through pins and plates in his body, he has fought the battle and he has largely won. And some years ago, when Cousin Lynn fell sick, he was there by her side. He helped her all the way through until there was nothing more anybody could do. And after she had passed, his loneliness grew. His companion for life had passed. And in these last few years since, he's had to fight his own battles. But I think that Jacko would want me to say these words. I want to say thanks to Donovan and to Sam for standing by after Lynette had passed. I want to say thanks to Gopi for standing up today and every other day when we needed you as a family. I know it's difficult for you, Gopi, to do what you are doing today, but I know you are doing it for the love of your brother, and I appreciate that. I want to say thank you to Donovan for all that he has done for Jacko. You knew some of those things about his walking stick, and for everybody to know, Jacko's favorite walking stick is with him in the casket today. We appreciate what you've done, Donovan. And then I want to say to Vashu, and I want to say to Bambi, Vashu, you're a sister. You had your sibling rivalry and quarrel sometime at the house, but I know you always came back and you were always there for him. Bambi, since Mama was alive, from the days of prison, until with Lynn again, and with Jacko again, you've been a tower of strength. In you can say, some of us preach that this is what we want to achieve in life, this is how good we want to be. You are a service to mankind, Bambi, and I want to appreciate you. And to say that what you have done for Jacko, nobody would know, but rest assured that he knows. And then finally to Jacko, I want to say, rest assured, because Lynn's waiting for you. Your place in heaven is wide open. Your table alongside Dad, Mom, all your Perimas, all your mamas, everybody's waiting for you. Many of us are going to struggle and generate through this cycle of birth and death. But I can confidently say, Cousin Jacko, that you will reach moksha. You are going to be relieved from the cycle of birth and death because you have lived a good life. You have been a good man. You've been a good husband. You were a good father without having children. All your nieces, nephews, and all the grandchildren in the family know and love you. With that, I want to say farewell, Cousin Jacko. May your soul rest in peace. Thank you.
Thank you very much for those lovely words. Our last speaker for today is Sam. And Sam is the sister of Lynette.
Day on. I'm deeply saddened. Jay's passing. I just want to say, Jay, I was your doctor, physician, vascular surgeon, all rolled up in one. Your sister-in-law, your cousin. To me, you were my confidant, my brother-in-law, cousin, and many, many more things. So I just want to say to everybody today, if everyone here knows it's a Valentine's Day, Friday, so the greatest love story of all, we'll have our lovers reunited. I know Lynn is waiting. She's there, we both are together. So on behalf of the Bunny family, I'd like to say to Jay, we love you. You fought a good fight. Rest well. I love you dearly. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sam. I'm now going to hand you back to everybody. Please,